I wasn't going to evaluate anything till we're all done, but I do have to say this right now. That pork is fantastic, friends. If you clicked on this video, you've probably seen the news. Earlier this year, a taqueria in Mexico City was awarded a Michelin star. As a result of this, you might have to wait for hours to sink your teeth into the celebrated tacos from Taqueria Califa de León. Now, I've been to Mexico City, but I'm not going back anytime soon, and most people probably aren't gonna have a chance to try those delicious tacos. So in this video, we're gonna try to cook some Michelin star worthy tacos in my backyard. And we're gonna do so by cooking items right off the menu from Califa de León. First up is the salsas. Both salsas are going to be tomatillo based, with one cruda, meaning raw, and the other blended up with some chile pasilla. There are 4 proteins on the menu. We'll be cooking 3: bistec, chuleta, and gaonera. Gaonera, for those who don't know, is essentially a thin sliced filet mignon. This one should be delicious. Of course, Taqueria El Califa de León is rolling out fresh tortillas every day. I'm not gonna lie, that's a ton of work. I wasn't prepared for that today, but we do have some delicious ones from Aguilar's Meat Market in Edinburgh. In general, there are 5 main criteria that are taken into consideration for earning a Michelin star. First is the quality of the ingredients used to create a harmony of flavors. Next is the cooking technique and the demonstration of mastery of flavor. And then you have taste, which should speak to the innovation of the food. Fourth is presentation and how the menu reflects the chef's vision. And finally, consistency of the food, service, and experience across multiple visits within a year. They say that even the personality of the chef is taken into account here. Woohoo! Does that count? Let's start with the salsas. For the salsa pasilla, we're getting some tomatillos down on the griddle, along with a little onion, garlic, and chile pasilla. The chiles just need about a minute so we don't burn them. Once the rest of the ingredients are softened up, it all goes to the blender with a little salt, and done. For the salsa cruda, this one's easy. We're adding 7 tomatillos and 1 serrano to the blender, and I added a drizzle of water to get that just right consistency. Then after pouring, I stirred in a little bit of raw diced onions to the salsa. This adds a nice crunchy texture to the salsa and the taco too. All right, first thing we're gonna do, gonna put a little bit of lard on here. We didn't put the lard on our steaks ahead of time, so we're just gonna lay some of this out here right now, just to make sure they cook hot and fast. At that taqueria, they put lard on their meats and some coarse salt on it. They let that kind of soak in, so when it hits the plancha, it's already been salted, kind of like a salt brine. That, in my opinion, is probably, along with the lard, part of the whole flavor experience. All right, there's number 1. Quicker this way. And I will go wash my hands very quickly here. Move them around a little bit. Ooh, look at that, baby. All right. Forgot the seasoning. Let's get some OG on here. Of course, I'm gonna use salt, pepper, and garlic. You don't wanna season too heavy on these because it's a very, very thin piece of meat. It's flippity flip. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. These are looking really good, amigos. Check that out. Ooh-wee. Flippity flip. We're gonna press down on these so they don't curl up on us too much. Guys, it doesn't take but 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to cook all of these because they're super thin. We're gonna give them a real light shake of salt, pepper, garlic here on the other side. They're done, especially this one. Look at that. Yep, it's a done deal. You can see the juices are already clear. They're done. You don't want to dry them out and overcook them. So we're going to go ahead and take these out. We're going to let them rest here for a little bit while we heat up our tortillas. We're going to lay down a little bit more lard on here, and we're going to let them kind of soak on a little bit of that lard. Oof, a little bit more lard. That's just the way that's done, man. That's just the way it's done. These bistec steaks are a little bit big, so I'm gonna cut them down to size, get them to the size that fits on the tortilla nice. So I have 5 Michelin star style bistec tacos right here. All we have to do now is fold them over, add a little bit of salsa, and enjoy. I love this part of my job, I really do. I have my salsa cruda over here. I've never actually used it in tacos before. I have made it before, but we ate it with chips. There's already a little bit of lime in the salsa, but a little extra lime never hurt nobody. Y pa dentro. Good. Whew, all right, friends, that salsa cruda with the bistec, hot and fast on the griddle, really, really good. But wait, there's more. I still need to try the pasilla salsa, so let's move on to that one. Man, Oh, wow. Really great flavor. It's time to go on to the chuleta. A chuleta is a pork steak or pork chop. Look how thin these are. These are almost paper thin, man. You want to lay it down, spin it around a little bit, do the same thing with the next one. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, baby, we're cooking. Now I'm gonna use my spatula to press down on these, flatten them out a little bit, make sure we get that really good little char on them. And we can't forget to put a little seasoning on here. Same salt, pepper, garlic. Let's flippity flip. Ooh, these are trying to curl up on us a lot more than the bistec was. Now this is pork steak from a pork butt. Normally you're gonna use a pork chop, a really thin pork chop. I love pork steak, so we're using those today. And I bet you these are done. We're just gonna give them about 30 more seconds. Ooh, look at that. This baby's done right here. I'm gonna move it over here where it's not quite as hot. Actually, I'm gonna turn this last one off altogether. The only thing we're gonna do next is warm up our tortillas. Look at that sizzle. You know that griddle is scorching hot, man. Whoop, whoop. Remember, this is pork. If you get a little crispy on there, it's okay. Yeah. Let me get them out of here. They got a little char, little yumbly in the tumbly. Here we go, friends. We're getting a little bit of that fond on our tortilla. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And basically, this is the way they do it. You just take a big old piece of pork chop, lay it on there. In this case, they're little pork steaks. These are a little oversized for the tortilla. I'm okay with that. There were 5 tacos here. Now there's only 4 because my wife was very hungry, so I let her have one. So I'm gonna take a bite of this one with the green salsa first. This looks so good. My favorite part. That's good. That is super good. That onion crunch, the tartness of the tomatillo actually works really good with the pork. It's delicious. Incredible. Let's try the one with the pasilla salsa. That is good. Oh man. I wasn't going to evaluate anything till we're all done, but I do have to say this right now. Bistec is great, but I'm going to say it right now. That pork is fantastic, friends. The third one is the one I'm really looking forward to because it is filet, man. That is some of the best meat you can get off of the cow. However, having said that, it's gonna be hard to beat that pork. It was so good. You're gonna see that it's not quite as thinly sliced. I mean, this is filet, man. All you vampires out there, just keep scrolling because this is not gonna be pink or medium rare. This is gonna get cooked hot and fast. I'm gonna get a pretty good dollop of lard. And I'm gonna go ahead and start heating up my tortillas at the same time. Maybe I'm starting to be a better taquero. Oh, maybe? Whoo, look at that. That is a hot plancha. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna flip these right away because this is filet. Let's not forget the seasoning. Let's get a little salt, pepper, garlic here. And let's flippity flip already. We'll flip one more time. We're gonna get our tortillas on right now so we can eat a little bit quicker because I don't want this meat to get cold on me. What I did find out doing this today is you can get a little more aggressive with the seasoning than I realized. This is the way taqueros do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, one too many. That's okay. We're gonna give it one quick flippity flip right now. This is a screaming hot griddle. As you guys can see, look at that. Whoo, baby. I'm gonna turn the heat off on this side already. These are done. Look at that. Beautiful fillets right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's get our gabonera tacos done here. We're gonna do 5 just like we did on the others. Look at this beautiful fillet. Look at that juice, my friends. I'm gonna get the fat one. That one's mine. We are done with our gabonera. Let's see if the filet can outdo the pork steak. Literally, my mouth is watering just thinking about that filet. Man, oh man. Wow. Double wow. It's like butter. Perfect pink center right there, baby. Man, that was fantastic, man. Fantastic. My tortilla got a little soggy, but it's okay. Let's take a bite. That is super good, friends. Incredible. Super soft meat. I mean, it's a filet. What can you say? On this particular cut of meat, it does seem like The green salsa, the salsa cruda, worked really well with the filet meat. We have cooked 3 of the 4 tacos that you can get at Taqueria El Califa de León in Mexico City. The bistec is super, super good, always is. It's the #1 street taco meat in the world. You can never go wrong with the filet. The filet is super tender. It was super juicy and moist when I got done with it. Pork was incredible. And I know, some of y'all are gonna say blasphemy, but we all liked the pork better than the filet and better than the bistec. None of them are bad, trust me. They're all super, super good. But the pork, that thin pork with that hot sear on it, just seemed like it had a little better overall flavor. I wasn't gonna go to Mexico City again, and I'm not gonna go wait for hours for a taco when I can make it right here in my backyard. Highly recommend you give them a try too. They are delicious. Michelin quality tacos. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Tell your family and friends to follow. Y'all remember to keep the smoke light. Make you some Michelin star tacos, and boom! See you at the next one. Bow.